Hello, my dear 8th class students. I am your moral science teacher, Father Jackson. I hope all of you are fine. Today, we will see the second chapter of our textbook, Contentment. Contentment is a state of happiness and satisfaction. Today, in the lesson, we will see the life history of Buddha to know this concept better. Gautama Buddha was the founder of Buddhism. He is considered as one of the greatest spiritual masters. His real name was Siddhartha. Come on, students, now let's see his life story. Shuddhodana was the name of his father, and Mahamaya was his mother. It is said that Mahamaya had a dream of a white elephant with 6 tusks entering her body. As the astrologers interpreted the dream as indicating that the prospective child was either to be a prophet or a great emperor. 7 days after the birth of Siddhartha, Mahamaya died, and the child was brought up by his stepmother and aunt. Siddhartha was brought up in a great luxury and was married at the age of 16. At the age of 29, a son was born to him, and the name of that child was Rahula. Siddhartha felt that a bond was born to him. One evening, Siddhartha's charioteer, Channa, drove him in the city, where he came across an old man who had been given up by his people. He saw another man suffering from the agony of disease, and his charioteer Channa told him that such was the fate of every human being. Then he saw a dead man surrounded by his weeping relatives. Later, he saw a mendicant living on charity or begging, who had given up the world and was moving about in search of truth. These experiences affected the mind of Siddhartha, and he left his wife and child sleeping and went away accompanied by Channa, the charioteer, in search of enlightenment. Prince Siddhartha sat under a peepal tree at Gaya, where he got enlightenment and came to be known as Buddha, or the Enlightened One. Buddha explained the 4 noble truths and emphasized the fact that life was full of pain, which could be removed only by the removal of all desires. The first truth is the existence of sorrow. All here is transient, otherwise temporary, which will wither away, which is full of sorrow and also full of pain. The second truth is the cause of sorrow. Desire is the cause of all evils, and hence it must be curbed or repressed. The third truth is the end of sorrow. Sorrows can be curbed only by elimination of desires. When sorrow ends, there is perfect bliss. Life and death end. The dewdrop ships into the shining sea. The fourth truth is that there must be a way to attain bliss and end desires. My dear children, I know that it is difficult to understand the teachings of Buddha at your age, but also we can know some practical things which we can adapt from his teachings. Let us not harm any living beings which is around us, because they also have the right to live as we are. We have to always show some compassion and consideration to the living beings around us. It can be humans, it can be animals, it can be plants, but always show respect, compassion. That's why we are humans. Let us not take also what is not given to us, even by force or by stealing. Let us not tell a lie. Let us not drink any kind of intoxicating drinks. Let us not use any kind of drugs. Let us conquer anger by kindness and evil by good. We should always remember, never in the world hatred is seized by hatred, but hatred is seized by love. Love is the universal language through which we can communicate to anyone or anything. So let's make this opportunity to love each other, and also let's be happy people. Gautam Buddha says, happy people build their inner world, unhappy people blame their outer world. So let's keep the inner happiness always, which is very essential for our moral life, and also is a medicine for all our sadness. Thank you very much.